The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. I was thinking that I don't got much experience fixing it. Thanks, Captain. Did you want...
I'll lock up. Behind you.
Smells like grease and
Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a
So, go space yourself.
You must really want a truncheon through your teeth. Do what you want.
Whatever you heard. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me. Always trying. He's a spacer's chosen man, though. That's when I broadsided. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can. Well, former dock worker. Enjoy my freedom. Hey, not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship. So your ship's got a dark and violent history? Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got placed. Felix Millstone. See you around, boss. Shh.
You can't just help. What do you think you're doing?
Ah, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be...
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful?
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Just the opposite. The board...
Surely this must...
They must have a real big bee in their bonnets, then. Everyone knows you don't...
If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you... Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much. Is there anything else? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you... Make sure you bring an imp. Most places are on the... I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. You need anything? Yeah, no. What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board, all their interstellar freighters come through us. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar... There's no working with the board. Groundbreak. It's a delicate balance, right? We could count. They got assault. We push them too hard.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
On Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Right.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around. What can... We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be... Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might... All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff.
There it is. Just yank the drive.
What do you think you're doing? I don't want any trouble out of you.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising for the following story. The board would like to remind spectators and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals. Lawless, savage, and unemployed.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Be free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Watch it!
Seeking relief from the heat? Only the usual. Marauders. Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say. The board recall... The rate and we're...
It might be your thermal con...
I don't really care what the issue. Sweat's starting to make me chafe in places. That's not for me to say.
I have to say, Miss Oakham, you are surprisingly adept in combative situations.
Why do I suspect you're about to make fun?
You are quite handy with that hammer.
I like to hit things that annoy me.
Hot enough for you?
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest.
What seems to be the problem? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visit. She's not my patient. I'm not without dispensation from Chief. We don't have the ability to. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos. Take care.
Hey, stop!
Can't say I've seen you before. If you're here to better your... Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at the... A brave idiot with a... I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. Last he told me, he was... You look out, though.
Incoming!
Please! I don't want to die!
Nice one! You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Alright, okay, we can... Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one...
You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Oh, laws. Wait, don't gut me and skin me yet. Please, talk to Bedford. Tell him I can pay. Surely you wouldn't drag me before him. I'm dreadful contagious. Thanks for helping me with the board. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh? What do you think you're doing? Just be careful next time. You're keeping your uniform clean?
Sure. I'm going.
I'll be right there.
Any word on Jess? Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what... Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming... Right, you're going important. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. That's... well... Oh, I'm sorry. This is... Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but...
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt. What guarantee do I have? You might be surprised. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work? Be my...
Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is deplorable conduct. Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No, emphatic. Best to be clear, I believe. A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state...
I'm the certified representative. I have few complaints.
Oh, you've noticed my friends. They're here to keep the peace. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about... When the alternative is board guards at their gates, ask...
Are you crazy?
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of unit terror. RT greeting, potential customer. Welcome to this unit dispatch. This unit is programmed to simulate shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed. Shock simulation restored. How dare you? Shock subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer in this unit dispense.
This is Halcyon.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate.
Township from the
Junlei better hurry up with those damn...
Thought there'd be more machinery.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't... Good. Don't go making trouble. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe some... We see a lot of the same faces coming...
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship. Groundbreaker's radiators... Only the board has access to new parts. None. Every time I give in to the board isn't helping and my resources... Reasonable, huh?
According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts... Sorry, I forgot not... The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. Good. Once...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball Finals is scheduled to... Tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first. Coaches and referees are debating how and if
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now. Look at this ripe piece of meat, just time to feed the flame.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one cap. I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. Neighbor from above.
I'll take your confession now. I'll keep quiet.
Leia's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
People don't like worms or shrooms.
Aw, they're my friends.
Back.
Woo! We made it! Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes.
You've returned, and in one piece. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engine. There's a terminal in the back.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that.
Tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the so they're not too picky about it.
Processing.
Incoming!
Security.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
Everyone all right?
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. I should have get.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc Mfuru to sell you our premium meds. Frustrating. Plus, there's... Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gaying, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducks and pens... I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stim that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family. You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. You've got my... You're right. I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire... The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and Leech... I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I... Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. You've got...
Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled time.
CNP Burst Pocket. Can be macrowaved in 2.5 seconds. Burst Pocket.
Wish I could say it was good.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a But we can say I'm repaying. You won't be sorry, though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you. Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? made without a single natural ingredient or an oven, just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Phineas, that old kook. Real light. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker. Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm. Curious thing is, you've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. If you should find a secret worth selling, the more we got the corpse fighting. Don't forget to come find. I found a handsome.
How do you do? And
Rizzo's mock out hard cider for a hard life.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. What? No. No. Okay, yeah, maybe a little. I'm not trying to be all creepy-like. I just want to make a good case for myself. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever... Oh, okay. Well, sure, I can be myself. You're looking for crew, I'm looking for a way off this port. And yeah, I know I came on a little strong, but honestly, when was the last time anybody... Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Something on your mind? I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of... It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not. I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make you... Sure do. What gave it away? It's the hair, right? Or maybe the ammo belt? Gotta advertise your business. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Glad to hear it. No complaints.
Good to see you, boss.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? A neutron walks into a bar and asks, "How much for a Rizzo's rum and something?" Leering, the bartender replies, "For you, no charge." Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually... As you would. Yes, Captain.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. Traveling the system with you, Captain. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I... The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. Alex likely recorded... If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what... Take care. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Can we talk?
This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us. What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town caught up in shady corporate shit. I'm counting on it. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through message... She sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's... Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastway's not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. Thanks, Captain. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were... close, Captain. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? Come on, Captain. This is no time to be fooling on me. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I trusted was there.
No security. Not that I'm complaining. Hell of a welcome.
Clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits. Warning. Having obstruction.
Looks like we missed the fun.
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps. Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and... Distress call? From here? Shit. They told me that weren't allowed. Got me. I just do what I'm told. Now... Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center. Oh, before I forget, Anti-Cleo...
Anyone got a smoke?
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick. Aren't you with the brutes that attacked our lab? Aren't you here to pillage our supplies and leave our corpses to the raptidons? Oh, well, good luck. Now, if they got the carpet in here, it's just a matter of... Ah, Orson, you idiot. Oh, you're still here. If you haven't already, you might speak to Anton. He can point you in the right direction. Now, if they got the carpet in here, it's just a matter of... Ah, Orson, you idiot. What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense device. Or trying to, anyway. Why, yes. I suppose I could. No. Well, yes. I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better were they returned to me. Out the south gate. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a... blast? Well, good luck. I hope I see you...
I'll keep it down. They can't keep us out.
The ventilation shaft runs from the bottom of the lab to the top of the hill.
Make him regret it!
We did it!
Call that a parking job? These pirates are making the rest of us look bad.
We didn't have many trees in Edgewater. Seems a shame to cut them down.
All this first.
Nice one!
I told you, you're staying put.
Ugh.